Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and today we are doing kind of a trash the treasure and junk journal with me video because I have this trifold thingy, like advertisement thing, that I would love to decorate a little bit, and for that I will use these windowed packages. And I also have some photos from my recent journey to like nearby town, and I want to document it a little bit and also use up this windowed packages because I received a lot from my friend, so that's a great way to use them. And first of all, I would like to cover, well, not a beautiful part of this paper with my photos that were like really vertical, and I printed them to the size, and now I will cover each part of this trifold with my photos. Unfortunately, for some reason my printer decided to be a diva and printed with some sort of lines. I don't know why, because well, I've tried to clean it, I've tried to do numerous stuff, but couldn't get rid of these lines. And other like pictures, other printables are printed just fine. Only the problem is only with these exact photos. I don't know, so that's fine. And I skipped the gluing process for you because, well, the procedure is basically the same. So I'm using my glue stick with combination with liquid glue, and I'm applying, well, trying to apply it evenly, but not all the time it works for me. So I'm just covering the text, the advertisements, and the telephones and such. And it's a pretty cool background, and I like that these are exactly my photos, so it's not something that I found and printed. These I made myself. And now each part of this trifold will get something interesting, and two of them I will make with the pockets, and one with sort of a tuck spot. And for the first pocket I'm using this sweets package with really odd shape of the window. It's not so convenient with this shape, but we will manage to to conquer that. So I'm deciding on a paper that I would love to use for the decoration, and I'm choosing between my masterboard and some collage part. So this is my masterboard. You can find my masterboards linked below in my Boosty account, so all of the masterboards and other freebies are available there. So now I will try to trace the shape of the window. First I thought to do it with the pen, but then I decided to use my ruler to kind of, well, not emboss, but this part of the paper will be put back and we will see where to cut, basically. Yeah, so it's not well, I will cut it not precisely, but I will cut it just a little bit out of these lines because I want, it's okay to be well, to cover more than to not have enough of paper and the package will show through. That's a bigger problem. So I would rather cut like a bit more to the center than to the actual lines that I created with my ruler. And also will be quite hard to navigate the piece on the package, so if you cut it a little bit to the center it will be much more easier to cover the package bits. So now I will ink the windowed part because, well, that's the only time we can do it. Usually I forget. This time I didn't. Well, good for me. And I really like this shape. It's interesting, not the usual rectangular window that we are all used to. And of course the photo will look interesting there as well. So now I'm applying glue all over the package piece. Well, having troubles. So yeah, pretty, well, not so convenient shape, but interesting nevertheless. So now we need to just line up the pieces so no package will be shown. And I am just cutting it to the size. So here I'm showing to you that, well, we can see that my paper is showing through the window, but this is more okay than if package will show through. Now I'm inking the my pocket, and I decided to make the rounded corners on the upper part of the pocket that I will use to load. So this will be like uploading pocket, and I will also make a notch there in a minute. Because yeah, without the notch it's not really obvious that this is a pocket. I like the masterboard piece because it has some like washi tape on it, and yeah, it creates this sort of interest to a piece without even washi tape. So yeah, here I'm making a notch. We'll also ink it, so it will not look too new compared to the other sides. And here I'm applying my glue. Well, later on I will have to face it once again, because here we have acetate in the window, and my glue doesn't really work with acetate, as I have discovered. And yeah, I will have to use the double-sided tape to re-glue this pocket. But for now I haven't yet realized it. Now the part of the next pocket on the left side. This is a more usual one, like rectangular, which is much more easier to work with. This is like a pasta package. Yeah, pasta package, and they have a lot of these windows, and because of that it's hard to recycle them, in my country at least. So usually you have to cut this window out and put the other part of this package to recycling, and this window just goes to the trash, or well, my friend collects it for me and I use it in my projects. Now I have a lot, so maybe you will see a lot of this pasta packages in the future. And I'm using this collage paper to decorate it a little bit. Nothing too fancy, because well, this paper is already beautiful, but I will spend a little bit more time on this pocket anyway. So I'm just gluing it to the size, cutting the excess, and then we will have to cover just this really small space left. And I will use my masterboard for that. Here I'm working with my glue stick because it's just fine and it can glue paper to paper, and it's just a cardboard underneath, so it shall work well. Of course we will decorate it a little bit further, we will not leave it as it is, because it looks strange, right? Like glued together rectangular pieces, and yeah, not so interesting. So I will just use some washi tape and small stickers to kind of cover these intersections, cover these really obvious rectangular parts, so it will be covered with something beautiful. It's really handy to have these small stickers when you need them for like these sort of situations. Or washi tape also works just fine for that. Here I will glue it a little bit further and then just fold it backwards. And adding a little bit, just a little detail in stickers. And yeah, basically that's it. Ready pocket, and I will also round the corners for it. I just like the look. It's, well, up to you if you like the rounded corners or not. And I'm deciding on uploading or side loading pocket, and I thought of doing it a side loading pocket. So I'm making a notch on the side, then rounding the corners, because well, I thought it would be uploading pocket and I rounded only upper corners, but now I rounded all of them. Sorry. So I'm inking. It's also a good way to cover some white parts that were showing through the previous package and such. It's not a big window, but still adds more interest to the composition than without the window, right? And if you put out the card, like take the card out of this pocket, you can see the photo underneath, so it's also quite beautiful. You're not losing that much of the photo. But well, I've chosen photos that are just landscapes, and it's okay to lose some parts. Here I'm checking if everything is closing nicely. Now I will make the tuck spot here, and this paper, it's actually the paper from my journey. This was the cover paper for the coffee cup, little plastic coffee cup with this cardboard, dressing, I don't know. And I really liked this paper, it was so beautiful. I even wanted to order more coffee to get this paper, but when I ordered another type of coffee, it was in a usual cup, ceramic one, not the plastic, and without this paper, and I was really disappointed. But the coffee was delicious, so my disappointment wasn't too long. But I have some more of this paper left. It's an odd shape because it shall be rounded on a coffee cup, and it's not rectangular. It's I don't know how to explain this shape. It's really odd shape. Here I'm choosing the photo for my right window, and I decided to use this one. Here I will struggle a lot with adjusting, and not only here but for the left pocket as well. It's just too hard for me to cut a lot of the photo, and I ended up cutting small amount, but numerous times before I get to the point where it fits. So here I realized that my pocket is not really glued, and I am using my double-sided tape for that. It will make the pocket much shorter, but it's okay. It's better than not glued pocket. So it's quite a narrow pocket anyway, so I was kind of disappointed that my glue didn't work, but my photo is small anyway, so I will work my way into it. So as you can see, I need to adjust it a little bit more because we kind of made our pocket more narrow. Here I also rounded the corners, but that was actually not necessary because I will glue this piece on a journaling card that will be tall in order to get it out of the pocket. So it will look more natural if I didn't round the top corners, but it's okay. And I'm having this journaling spot printables, like botanical ones, and these fit exactly to the size of my photo. I was surprised because it wasn't printed for that. I was just improvising and it happened to be an exact fit. Really good. So I'm just applying it on the rest of this pasta package, and here I will also add the photo, and then I will cut it all together. So pretty a lot of use of this pasta package, I would say, to make the papers more sturdy. Because these are just the journaling spot is copy paper, and the photo, the photo is quite thick. I believe it's like 200 GSM photo paper. I'm not sure, maybe even 220. So here I'm just cutting it to the size, losing a little bit of the edge of my journaling spot paper, but that's okay. Sorry. Also rounding the corners. I'm doing it off camera mostly because it adds so much trash to my table, so I want to keep it off camera. The small bits of the rounded parts. So now it almost fits. Not really. It should have make it a little bit more narrow, but I don't really want to. So the tuck spot will be just for the photos. Here I realized that I need to make the back of this journaling card a little bit more beautiful as well, and I will use my stencil. This is my stenciling storage system. I'm just using a file folder with a lot of files. It's quite thick. Maybe I should have used a little bit more, not so sturdy file folder, but this way I will not damage my stencils. So I'm using my vintage photo to use it through the stencil. Vintage photo distress oxide. This stencil is like a mandala stencil, which I like for, you know, background parts of the small pieces, because it's a small stencil. Yeah, so just applying the ink. And now it's looking a little bit more interesting than it was before. And I will also utilize the left of the ink because there is a lot. I will just spritz it with water and apply it on a different package, so it will also leave some sort of a negative of the like a ghost print of the stencil, which is also really good. It's abstract, but yet I like it, and it's a way to use up your ink, not wasting it, not removing it with water and that stuff. So this I will just round the corners and put into this tuck spot. I have a lot of photos from nature. Nature really inspires me a lot, especially like for these crafting projects. So yeah, without these photos, there will probably this project won't exist. So I've dried it, and we'll put this sort of a background floral paper on the different side, because I decided that I have a lot of nature related stuff and I need to kind of calm it down with something still nature related, but not the photo, but something a little bit more calm. As you can see, this picture is printed nicely without any lines, so I don't know what was going on with the photos. And also like this glossy photo paper also looks nice without any lines, so I don't know. So this is a ready journaling card. I will also adjust it numerous times. Yeah, it's hard to lose so much of your journaling card. I could have made a pocket a little bit more tall, but this way I will cover a lot of the photos, so I'm choosing like the less evil out of all of that. Having a lot of gluing problems this day, I don't know why. Well, it's just these acetate pieces, I don't know. Still not really fit, so I'm adjusting it one more time. And now sort of does fit. Just adjusting a little bit more. And we'll round the corners. Rounding the corners will also help to slide it more easy. A little bit more easy. Yeah. So I think it looks really calm from this perspective, like this florals, but the colors are working together quite well. And yeah, it will be better than another photo of like nature, because the window is quite an odd shape and it's hard to make a photo, but to kind of find the photo that will fit into it. So yeah, I'm really liking this background for a journaling card. And this is basically the ready piece. This is the front of this trifold. I did nothing to it because I like it as it is. It's a really beautiful like watercolor picture. And this is the inside. 2 pockets and 1 tuck spot. My photos in the background, really inspiring. Some photos in the tuck spot, in the windows. Also journaling spots on the like narrow card on the front and on the back, and also on the left card on the back. So yeah, there is everything we need in this trifold. We can also, it's possible to add more to it, like more tuck spots, more pockets, maybe like envelopes, but this will cover the photos that I've glued on as a background, so I decided not to make a lot to it. It's still quite bulky and it will be a hard time to fit it into my journal. So yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you for your attention, guys. I hope you liked it. If you do, please put a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!